Merry Christmas in July and welcome back to my channel, Do What You Love. Our first Christmas in July project shares have arrived and I am super excited to share them with you. They are so adorable. This puts me such in the Christmas spirit. And it's crazy to think that I'm in the Christmas spirit when it is 98 degrees outside and so humid you can't breathe. So this is fun. So without further ado, let's look at these project shares. So our first one that you see here is from Miss Veronica, and isn't it adorable? And Miss Veronica sent everything. Maybe I can show you the back. She sent it in this adorable package. Like, she decked out her package. I don't want to show you her address, so I was making sure. And then she sent them in these cute little Christmas baggies, which are adorable. Where the heck did you get these in July unless she saved them from last Christmas? They are so stinking cute. Look, hot cocoa. Like, she went all Christmassy out, girl. All Christmassy out. And Miss Veronica said she's submitting, but she doesn't want anything back in return. So I have an extra little project share here floating around, which I know I will make use of because some of you guys send more than one project share. So works out fantastic. Thank you so much, Veronica, for sending in. Even though you didn't want anything in return, I hope that you had a fun time making these. These look adorable. So the first thing we're going to look at is her adorable little card here. Whoop! So inside, just fell out, we should acknowledge this, is a little card I'm supposing to the lovey themselves. So we're just going to put this off the side because that's between you and Veronica. But this is her beautiful card. And I love what she did here. This is adorable. What she did was just took a mishmash, if you will, of all different kinds of washi. She left like this little border around. And then she took the time to like piece all the little washi. And if you didn't know that this was washi and you think this card was made like that, I don't know how else to explain it other than this is fantastic. I love how she did this. It's just all different sizes, all different shapes. She laid some this way, she laid some up and down. I love it. I love how this turned out, and it's all different just kinds of washi laid on top. It's adorable. I love that look. And it's a mishmash. Like, I don't think there's any rhyme or reason, but yet when you look at it, it looks like it was all perfectly planned. I love that. I love it. And then on the inside of her card, she made it beautiful. I love this. And this to me looks like glitter stamping. It looks like she used a nice silver stamp and then stickled some of it. So it's all like snowflakes. And here she has some more washi going on all the way around. And then she put this, having a very Merry Christmas. Isn't that cute? I love it, and I love the stamping. I love that look. Isn't that pretty? And then you could tell some of them are stickled. Isn't that cute? And then her envelope is just as adorable. She has this beautiful thing here that says, believe. A little teeny piece came off right here, which I know I can fix. I will fix that. I'm going to stick that up here so I can fix that for her. But this says believe, and then she has this adorable little hearts down here. And then she has some of this washi down at the bottom in the card. Isn't that adorable? So that is her washi card, which is so cute. And I believe this is to me. This was in my letter, but I just wanted to stick it here. Look how cute that is. It's one of those little sticky notes, and she laminated it. She decorated it, Joy to the World, and then she has washi, which is macaroons, it looks like, with hearts. I know this is to me. I believe when I pull this out, I believe there's another one in here for the lovey recipient. But I just had to show you because I just thought that was an adorable way to send a washi sample. And then these are her tags. She did something totally different. We're going to go with her little teeny tiniest one first. So she made all shaker tags. Look how stinking cute. So I'm going to probably have to hold this up really close. Isn't that adorable? So she has like a little ephemera glued on the front, and then behind is all of the shaker bits, and then she studded the whole thing out in the flat back pearls, and then when you turn it over, she has another little piece of paper back here, and then she has these adorable glittered to and from on the back. Isn't that cute with a little bow? I love it. And she did this for all 4 of her tags. So there's her teeny one. Here is one of her medium-sized tags, which is the same thing. It's all shaker on the inside, and you can see the background paper is like bulbs. And then she has like this I can talk, vintage Santa on the front. And then she, you know, blinged it out with flat back gems. And then the same things on the back, to and from. Is that not stinking cute? Guys, I would hang these on my Christmas tree. Really and seriously. That is adorable. I would hang this on my Christmas tree. So stinking cute. Look at this one. She has a big bow. And tuck it behind here, and then this big thing says "Be Merry," and of course you have all of the shaker bits in the back. And I think yes, she used the same paper all throughout, so it's like this vintagey looking bulb paper. And then this one she used flat back pearls to deck that one out, and then the same thing on the back. So cute. And then here is her big one, and it says special delivery with this vintage looking elf. Isn't it cute? And then she used green flatback gems. And then it is the same thing on the back. Isn't that adorable? I love this. I love this. And then she made this little teeny tiny paper clip. Isn't it adorable? And then she attached this little teeny candy cane eraser. I almost forgot what the heck that was. But I love these tags. That is so unique, so different. I love the little vintage look. I love your card. Everything looks adorable, Veronica. Thank you so much for participating and your entry. So our next entry here is from Miss Diane, and this is adorable. And before I get into showing you what she submitted for her project share, I just wanted to show you what she sent me. She sent me an awesome thing of stamps. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I will use that to send your stuff back to you. And she just wrote me a little note here. I left the inside blank so that you can send it if you like. I just wanted to show everybody, look how stinking cute. She made me my own little card, and it's stack heads, which I love. Isn't that beautiful? And then when you open it, she sent me a few little goodies here. Look at that doily. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. And this tag that says the 25th. I love it. It's real woodsy looking. Look at this one. Isn't that cute? I just think that's adorable. That is so stinking cute. And then this is how she did the inside. A right good time to you and yours this fair and merry season. And then she left you a spot to write in. Isn't that adorable? And then she decked out the envelope in that same like tree washi. Very vintage, very woodsy. I love it. I just love that feel. And she just put on here, this is a card for me. And then she made this little tag. It was stuck in there. I hope this tag is for me. But here she has to and from. And look at the background with the candlestick. Isn't that beautiful? All is bright with a little present. Isn't that adorable? It was in there with it, so I'm hoping this was for moi. And then this is her entry, which we're going to look at her washi card first. And I absolutely love it because she made a present out of washi. Isn't that cute? So she used this little candy cane washi to make the present, and then she used this striped washi to make like the present ribbon, and then she cut, like I can tell she put the washi on like a piece of cardboard and then cut that to make it look like a bow. Isn't that cute? And then the Merry Christmas, of course, is washi, and then she framed out another piece like of cardboard in a different kind of washi. Isn't that adorable? So creative. This is why I loved the thought of doing washi Christmas cards, because the creativity is going to be incredible. And then when you opened it, she carried over some of that washi here, and then she has this beautiful stag sticker. Isn't it gorgeous? Love it. And she sent it with the white envelope that goes with it. Just beautiful. I love that. I love that detail of a present. Isn't it beautiful? Then her very large tag matches very well. And it says Merry Christmas, and then she carried over that same like snowflake washi. It's not Christmas time, so I'm like struggling with my Christmas, like, what is this again? What is this? What exactly is this? I pulled your little thingy out, sorry. I meant to tighten it and it pulled it right out. But anyways, it's just joy. And then when you turn it over, she has this beautiful little to and from. I love these, and they have like little like that last one has something on it, and this one has the snowman, and it says, do not open to December 25th by strict order of St. Nicholas. Is that cute? So she decorated the front and back, so you can either, you know, either or. Adorable. And then here's one of her medium tags, and this one says, home for the holidays. I love this, and they're all 3D. Gifts, greetings, little stars, stockings, cheer, no peeking. I love that little like vintage floral background there. And then you turn it over and it says, wishing you happy holidays. And then she left you a little spot here to do your to and from. Isn't that adorable? I love it. I love it. And then here is her, I think this is her other, no, this is her other medium card here. So she has a to and from, which she made like into little banners with the little stocking. It says Merry Christmas, and she gemmed it out. And then you turn it over and it says December 25th, no peeking. Look how stinking cute. Isn't that adorable? I love the plaid. I love the plaid. And then she carried the plaid over into this one, and this one says ho ho ho, no peeking, and it's kind of like a corner tag. And then when you turn it over, she made it into like this little pocket, and in this little thing it says to and from. Isn't that adorable? So it's like an interactive, a to and from. Isn't that so stinking cute? I love that. I think that is adorable. So there is her 4 tags and her washi Christmas card. And then in it, it also said this little thing right here. It says for Lovey. And it has like a little clip on it, which is, this is a washi sample. And then the Santa paper clip that she made. And then she had this little baggie full of little like ephemera pieces. And then this other Christmas card that she must have made. It says Jolly Saint Nick. She bordered it out. It's just beautiful. I love the gold on the red. It just pops. Love that. And then when you open it, it says Happy Christmas in July, Diane, 620 for Project Share, Holiday Cheer. So this Christmas card here must be especially for the lovey that is going to receive her Project Share. So she made extra for whoever receives that. Isn't that sweet? Thank you so much, Diane. I absolutely love your Project Share entry. So our next 2 Project Shares are from Miss Heather. And Miss Heather sent her stuff in these adorable little glassine bags that she decorated. Aren't they adorable? She had them all packaged all pretty in these. It's so stinking cute. I love these little bags. And you deck them out so nice. I love that. With a little red clip here. So let's look at her. Little something fell out of there. Let's look at her card, her washi card. It's so cute. So she has like this little ugly sweater thing going on, but these are not ugly. I don't think these sweaters are ugly. I think they're very cute, but you guys know what I mean. So this is adorable. So she decked the card out in like this plaid and Christmas tree thing going on. I love that. So rustic. And then these are so cool. These stickers are velvet. They have, you know, their regular sticker feeling, and then on certain parts they're velvet. Can you hear it? So cool. Never seen anything like that. And I absolutely love it because they're really cute. Like they got the stags and like they're just really cute. And this down here is velvet as well. So it's like 3D. It pops right off the card. But I love these freaking stickers. I love them with the velvet. And then she wrote on the back, oh, it's a seal. So when you seal the card in its little envelope, you'll have a seal on the outside. Oh, that's so cute. She thought of everything. So did she decorate on the inside? She sure did. So she made it very simple but adorable so that you have places to write and be able to send. Isn't that cute? And then she even included the little seal to seal the card as you send it. And then here's the envelope. She left it blank in the front and then just bordered it out in the back. And it matches the card perfect. I love it, and I love these stickers. I will be on the hunt for these. Never in my life saw velvet sweater Christmas stickers. So stinking cute. Okay, we'll look at her smallest tag first. Look how cute it is. It's so cute. And she kind of did the same thing. She like pieced together, at least it looks like it to me, different. Like maybe that's a piece of paper. Not exactly sure, but it almost looks like she pieced together different washies, and then she laid tree washi on top, and then she glittered this whole bottom. Just adorable. And then on the back she stamped to and from. Isn't it cute? Her little teeny tiny tag. I love it. And then her first medium tag. Look at the little pom-poms. So cute. Merry and bright. She has some rick-rack going on. And these are definitely washi. Just making sure. Yes, those are washi. So stinking cute, and I love this. Very rustic. This whole thing looks, and it has a very rustic feel to it. I love it. And then on the back again, she stamped to and from. Isn't that cute? I love it. All ties in together. It's very adorable. I love that. I love themed set. And then she carried it over here. It looks like to me all of the backgrounds of her tags are washi, which that's awesome. I love it. So this is a whole filled washi card. And then she just layered a sticker on top of it with the trees because it looks like the big deers jumping over the trees, which I love. I think that's so cute. And these match perfect with the tassel topper. So I love that. And again, she stamped to and from and put Holly Jolly. So adorable. That's her large tag. And then her other medium-sized tag. See how she did something different? She made like a sweater and a skirt. Isn't that cute? Can you guys see it? So here's a little sweater with the velvet on it. And then this looks like a cupcake liner that she like doubled up. Can you see how thick it is down there? Isn't it adorable? So it's like a little skirt. And then again, she has the layering of washi and rickrack and snowflakes. Just adorable. And it says to and from on the back. So stinking cute. I just love this. And then here is Heather's second entry, which is just adorable. And again, she did the same thing. She sent it in one of these little glassine bags. And she decked the glassine bag all out. And she sent this beautiful little paper clip on it. It says 25. That's like a decked out chalkboard. Isn't that freaking adorable? I love that. Love. So let's look at her card for it first. I can talk really and truly. I think I was getting ready to say fart. But anywho, look at this card. Isn't it beautiful? So here's all her washi, and then she put it up here. And then these little snowflakes are velvet as well. And then she put a beautiful little pine cone sticker in the middle. Again, very rustic. Beautiful, beautiful card. And then when you open it, here's more washi. It says Merry Christmas, and then Merry Christmas down here. And then she did the same exact thing. This is the seal. So she thought of everything. And then here is the little rustic envelope. So she completely decked this out with glitter. Look at the snowflakes. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Isn't that beautiful? And then when you send it, you'll be able to seal it with that. Beautiful. She thought of everything. Just beautiful. It's a beautiful card. You put that back in there so you guys I don't lose it and you receive it. So there's her beautiful card. And then here are her tags. Again, this is a little bit, this isn't as rustic as the last set, but again, you can tell it's kind of theme, and I think this theme is more traditional, old-fashioned Christmas, and it's so stinking cute. So it says open on December 25th, and she has like that old, like that, I don't know what you'll call it, old world Frosty the Snowman. That's what that looks like to me. And then she used the little pom-pom trim down here. It's so cute. And then again, she stamped it to and from. And then her little tassel up here is snowmen. Isn't that adorable? Oh my God, so cute. And then here's her little tag. Same little thing. It's so cute. And here's like a little Santa, but on the moon, and it says Santa, and she used the trees, and then she blinged it out, and then she put some gems on it. And there's a little tassel with candy canes, and then the to and the from is on the back. So stinking cute. I love that. Love it. Here's her other medium tag, and this is velvet, and I love how they come off the tag. I love how that looks. And then she used some washi, and here it is again, that old vintage, he looks like Frosty the Snowman to me, that vintage old Frosty the Snowman. So cute. And then she put in some blue with this one. Isn't that adorable? And then the to and the from is on the back, but I love how she let these come off the tag. Beautiful. Just beautiful. And then here is your like very vintage Santa Claus. That looks very vintage to me. And I love how she mixed it with the bold black and what is that? Buffalo print? I think that's what you call that. And I love how, again, she let these big glitter stickers hang off the tag. I love that. And then she has the candy cane going on up here because there's candy cane washi throughout. Just adorable. So stinking cute. I love this. What an adorable set. I love both your sets, Heather. Thank you for submitting your entry. And before I forget, I just want to share this with you guys. Heather also sent me this. Look at this bag. Oh my God, it's so cute. And it says, hello, as you probably can see. Hello. This is just a little card thanking me for doing the project share. And she said, I hope you can use this in your Halloween surprise this October. And she's made me a little Halloween tag. Look how cute. And it looks like she did a whole bunch of stamping. And here's some washi, cute little eyes. You got your traditional black, green, and purple. And then she used these gems. It's so stinking cute. In this little teeny bag with this card. Isn't it cute? Thank you so much, Heather. I definitely will use this. This will probably end up in my October daily. Thank you so much. And our last entry for this video is from Miss Amanda Miller. Miss Amanda Miller has an awesome channel here on YouTube. I will link her channel down below. Make sure you check her out because she does awesome crafting, as you probably already can tell. So Miss Amanda sent all of her tags in this awesome homemade envelope that she made. I just want to show everybody this beautiful envelope for Christmas. Isn't it beautiful? So you're going to receive all your tags in there. But I want to show you her washi card first. Again, here we go with the creativity. So of course she used a whole bunch of little, this is my, I think, when you first look at this card, you think that she took the time to layer all these little skinny washies. Okay? But in reality, if you really look up close, the washi's about that fat, and she layered them long ways, but she had to lay them in such a way that you would have to match these up perfect to get that background of stripes. Just that in itself, I'm sure, took her some time. Then she took different colored washi and layered them. As you can see, here's some glitter washi, here's washi that looks like sticks. This is this washi right here. And then she used this blue washi, which is right here, and then a snow washi to make like this snowflake effect. So she has about 5 different washis layered here in the center to make this snowflake effect. And then she had to trim the tops of each one to give it that, you know, rounded effect here. These ones are pointed, this one's a little more rounded. This must have taken you some time. And then she layered this Happy Holiday and Joy washi on top of all of that. So there's a ton of layering going on here, and this is all washi. And I'm telling you, when I first pulled this out, I was like, oh my God, she took the time to layer this entire card with all of those little teeny skinny washis, but it's not. It's big washi laid this way, but to match, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 strips of washi there to get all 8 lined up. Oh, Miss Amanda, you have patience. You have some patience, girl. This is beautiful. And she left it completely blank inside so that you can do what you want. And then the envelope matches beautifully. Look how well they go together. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful, beautiful envelope. I love your card. There's some time that went into that. So I'm talking about creativity with washi. Just awesome. Here is her little teeny tag entry. So stinking cute. So see how glittered it is? I hope my camera will pick that up. So it's highly glittered in the background. It's beautiful. And then she has a poinsettia, and then it's a cute little bag. And then to and from on the back. Isn't that cute? I love it. And then here is one of her medium tag entries, and she has like this pine cone, piney, snowy thing going on. I love it, and I love the texture of this tag in the back. It's super textured the whole way around. So you have the glittered pine cone, you have the pine with the snow on it, the Merry Christmas. It's just beautiful. And then she has to and from on the back. Not to mention the tag itself. I don't know if she made that, because it looks like it was colored. I'm not sure if she did this or if she has paper that's that way, but it's just beautiful, and the texture is really cool. And then here is her other medium tag, which is so stinking cute. So she has on top of here like one of these little vintage Christmas girls, and she is like the Christmas tree. Her dress is like the Christmas tree. Isn't that cool? And then she's distressed the edges. And then on the back she has to and from. And see, now to me, I can tell she distressed all of this, and she like you know, did mixed media, I guess is what the best word for that. Like mixed media all here on the back. So, and it looks like she distressed some of this as well. So these are like very well, like I can tell you did some stuff to it, but I can't exactly tell what you did to it, but it looks beautiful. And I think this is something you have to see in person. Do you see like how holographic that is? It's really cool. This is a really cool tag. And then here is her big one, and this one is definitely, I think all four of these I think she handmade, but I just don't know exactly what she did to them. But you can tell these are like paint splatters on a white tag, and then she distressed the edges in red. And this is that new texturing stuff which I have yet to like mastered, but the texture is really cool. It's almost like snakeskin. It's really, really neat. And she did that in like reds and greens, and then put this big beautiful snowflake with another one behind it with a gem, and then the front of it says to and from, and then that's the back. Very cool. Very, very cool. I wish I can tell you exactly what this is. This looks like, I don't know what the material is that she laid on top of it, but I would think that this is a stencil. So she laid like a stencil down and then smeared whatever this is on top of it until it dried, and then she probably dabbed it with ink or something like that. I could be wrong. I'm not good at this mixed media stuff yet, but I love it. I love it. I want to get better at it. And this is awesome. I love the texture. So stinking cool. So that is Miss Amanda Miller's entry, and this is what I'm talking about. You guys need to check out her channel, because now that I showed it on mine, she might have a video where she actually made these and she shows you how. I'm not saying she does, but usually she does stuff like that. So we never know. We might actually know how she did that. Not to put you on the spot, Miss Amanda, but she does do stuff like that. So you definitely need to check out her channel. So that is our first group of entries, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had so much fun going through and seeing all the creativity. I just love it. I love Christmas in July, and I'm super excited about this project share. And guys, I thought about the flip book. We are not going to do a Christmas flip book for this project share. The flip book is going to come and play for our next project share with a big twist. I have put a lot of thought into this flip book thing. So please get excited about making a flip book. Don't make one though, because you don't know what we're going to do with it until I make the announcement video, but it is going to be our next project share because it's going to have a completely different spin, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. So I just wanted to put that out there in case anybody's waiting on the flip book announcement thing. There will be none for Christmas in July. We're going to do it for something completely different, and I think you guys are really going to love it because I thought of a really cool twist. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. But I love Christmas in July, and this is adorable. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for all the entries that have come. I'm sure when I go to my P.O. box today to mail all of these back out, I will have more waiting, so be on the lookout for another video. Until next time, remember to always do what you love. Give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't, and get on board for the next project share. Until then, take care of you. I'll be talking to you soon. Bye.
Hey, no, no, no.